He's your favorite scorer's favorite
KD, man. When I watch him play, it just looks way too easy.
scorer. And for the last 15 years, Kevin Durant has been the toughest player to...
The fake, the second, ankle breaker!
Kevin Durant. That was the one that I retired without really being able to figure out what it is that how I can stop him.
The guard in the NBA, a four-time scoring champion and soon-to-be member of the exclusive 30,000-point club. Durant's legacy as a pure scorer is undeniable. Outside of Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, there aren't many players who belong in the same sentence as KD when it comes to being an unstoppable one-on-one bucket machine. Yet despite his scoring brilliance, Durant's overall legacy doesn't seem to get the same recognition. He's rarely mentioned in the same breath as LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, or even Stephen Curry. Even when Durant and Curry played together in Golden State, where KD won 2 Finals MVPs, it's Steph whose GOAT status seems locked in, while KD often doesn't even crack people's top 10 all-time lists. This is the complexity of Kevin Durant's legacy. At just 21, Durant became the youngest scoring champion in NBA history, averaging 30.1 points per game in just his 3rd season. He also became the second youngest player ever named to the All-NBA first team, behind only LeBron James, who also won MVP that year, with Durant finishing second. That pattern would persist. Durant kept collecting scoring titles, while LeBron racked up MVPs in the 2012 NBA Finals. Durant's Thunder faced off against LeBron's Heat, though Miami won the series 4-1. It was far more competitive than the scoreline suggests. Durant actually outperformed LeBron statistically, while LeBron averaged 28 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists on 48% shooting and just 19% from 3. KD put up 30 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists per game, shooting a blistering 55% from the field and 40% from 3. The main difference? LeBron had more help. His teammates shot 47% from 3, while Durant shot just 26%. That same offseason, Oklahoma City made what is now seen as a franchise-altering mistake, trading away James Harden to avoid paying the luxury tax. It was the beginning of the end for a potential dynasty. Durant still won 4 scoring titles in OKC and finally claimed MVP honors in 2014. But the Thunder never truly unlocked his full potential. Their offense often looked clunky and inefficient.
How are you viewing this move from Durant?
Well, I'm viewing it as the weakest move I've ever seen from a superstar.
Reliant on drawing fouls and isolations between Durant and Westbrook. It was basketball that felt heavy, forced, and at times, UNWATCHABLE, after blowing a 3-1 lead in the 2016 Western Conference Finals to the Warriors. Durant realized it was time for a change. Golden State, with its unselfish system and elite shooting, was the perfect fit. While the move was widely criticized at the time as soft, nearly a decade later, it's clear that the Warriors unlocked the best version of Kevin Durant. He was no longer just a scorer. He became a complete offensive weapon, a cutter, a passer, a screener, a decoy, thriving in a fluid system that accentuated every aspect of his game. No longer forced to improvise over double teams, Durant found himself getting clean looks off handoffs, off-ball cuts, and spot-up opportunities. His efficiency soared, and the Warriors became practically unbeatable. They won 67 games in the regular season, boasting the best offensive rating ever at the time. In the playoffs, they went 12-0 through the Western Conference to
For 3, it's good! Kevin Durant from downtown, and Golden State takes the lead!
face the Cavaliers once again. That finals showdown revealed just how vital Durant was. The Cavaliers were loaded, but with KD, the Warriors were simply on another level. In Game 3, Durant hit the biggest shot of his career, a cold-blooded pull-up 3 over LeBron, to give the Warriors a 3-0 lead and break Cleveland's spirit. Golden State finished the playoffs 16-1, the best postseason record in NBA history. Many consider the 2017 Warriors the greatest team ever, surpassing even the 1996 Bulls. And Durant was the best player on that team. While critics argue it was Steph's team, KD was the engine in the finals. He averaged 35 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists, the 10th best scoring average in finals history, but no one else has matched that level of efficiency. He shot 56% from the field, 47% from three, and 93% from the free throw line, with a 70% true shooting percentage, the most
And love blocked by Durant. His 5th rejection of the game.
efficient final scoring performance ever. What made it more remarkable was that Durant wasn't just scoring, he was playing elite defense. Alongside Draymond Green and Klay Thompson, Durant anchored a defensive unit that left the Cavaliers helpless at the rim. So while Kevin Durant's legacy might always come with an asterisk in the eyes of some, what he accomplished, especially in Golden State, is a level of basketball few have ever reached. He wasn't just dominant, he was unstoppable, efficient, and complete. That version of Kevin Durant was as close to perfect basketball as we've seen. Kevin Durant slowed LeBron down in the half-court offense as much as anyone could, forcing James to rush plays and rely heavily on transition scoring. KD had learned how to use angles to stay in front of his man, his long arm.
See, I'm Kevin Durant. You know who I am. Y'all know who I am.
Arms constantly disrupting passing lanes. He became an excellent help defender, making plays like blocking Nella's sidestep layup. By 2018, Durant took his defense to another level, averaging nearly 2 blocks per game. He was physically stronger than ever, no longer easy to push around in the post. With his athleticism and length, it became a nightmare for opponents to get by him or shoot over him. Had he not missed 20 games late in the regular season, Durant might have been a strong candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. On offense, his game shifted slightly back toward his OKC days. He realized he didn't always need to move off the ball, because he was Kevin Durant and could get a clean look whenever he wanted. The Warriors cruised through the regular season and much of the playoffs, knowing only one team stood in their way: the Houston Rockets, led by MVP James Harden, Chris Paul, and a lineup full of switchable defenders. The Rockets built their entire roster to beat the Warriors, and for a moment, it looked like it was working. After 5 games, Houston had a 3-2 series lead.
You get the feeling J.R. Smith thought they had the lead. He didn't know the score.
Called him due to his small frame, was a 5-time All-Star, averaging 19 points and 5 assists as a Laker. With 25 points per game, Goodrich was the leading scorer in the 1972 finals, helping Jerry West to finally become an NBA champion. Together, they averaged 47 points in the playoffs. That's why they rank so high on our list. And while West and Goodrich scored at will, this next backcourt is largely known for their defense. Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars were the leaders of the Bad Boy Pistons, and the best players in the franchise's history. Thomas and Dumars played together for 9 years, with a combined 35 points and 13 assists per game, in addition to 12 All-Star appearances. Their 3 consecutive finals appearances resulted in 2 titles, solidifying this backcourt as one of the best ever. Even though their individual numbers don't jump off the page, their leadership and overall game puts them ahead of some other backcourts, and both players.
It's Durant with Shumpert defending, and Kevin Durant laces one through.
And he's hurt.
He is.
As soon as he made that shot, he started limping.
Look at this.
Blooded dagger 3 to seal the win. He averaged 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists, with over 2 blocks per game again, shooting 50/40ths, 90 in the finals. While the 2018 run wasn't as smooth as 2017, Durant might have never been better. Both his offensive and defensive games were at an all-time high in 2019. Durant's greatness was proven in a different way through his absence. After torching the Clippers in the first round with 35 points per game on 50/40/90ths shooting, he got hurt in Game 5 of the second round against Houston. Golden State still managed to defeat the Rockets and sweep the Trail Blazers. But in the finals against Toronto, Durant's absence was glaring. Without him, the Raptors zeroed in on Steph and Klay. The Warriors' ball movement suffered. They missed Durant's playmaking and his defensive versatility. Nobody could slow Kawhi Leonard, and it became clear who the best player on the team really was. Still recovering from a calf injury, Durant returned in Game 5. His presence immediately transformed the game. The ball was zipping around. Shooters were open. He scored 11 points in the first quarter alone, but early in the second, disaster struck. As he attempted to make a move, he collapsed torn Achilles. Even though the Warriors lost the series in 6 games, had Durant stayed healthy, they likely would have won the championship. It would have been Durant's 3rd ring and perhaps the crowning moment where the basketball world finally acknowledged him as the best player on the planet. Instead, he was forced to sit out the entire 2020 season with the worst injury in basketball. Still, every team in the league was prepared to offer him a max contract. Ultimately, Durant signed with the Brooklyn Nets, teaming up with close friend Kyrie Irving to form another super team. He missed the first season, but when he returned, it was like he had never left. In some ways, he was even better, though he had lost some explosiveness due to age and the Achilles tear. Durant's game didn't rely on athleticism as much as skill and feel. He became even quicker in his decision-making, more refined with his shot selection. In his first full regular season with the Nets, he averaged 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists on a career-high 54% from the field and 45% from 3. In the playoffs, he torched the Celtics with 33 points per game on absurd 55/90 shooting splits. With Kyrie and James Harden also playing at a high level, the Nets looked like the title favorites. But then came more bad luck. Kyrie got injured. Harden was hobbled. Still, the Nets had KD. In Game 5 of the second round against the Bucks, Durant delivered one of the greatest playoff performances ever: 49 points, 17 rebounds, 10 assists, and 16